boys and girls. Mrs. Shoemaker here. Did you like that Sesame Street Dirt song? It was pretty silly. Well, it got me thinking about stuff I have in my backyard. So I went out back and look at my little shovel. What do you think is in my little shovel? If you said dirt, well, you are partly right, but not totally right. The stuff in a garden is more than just dirt. It has other things in it. It's called soil. Yep, dirt and all the special stuff that's in it is called soil. Can you say that new word? Soil. Well, in this lesson today, we're going to find out about soil. We're going to find out what makes soil so special. What does soil have in it? And why is soil so important?
Moby, what are you doing? You're feeding the plant? Plants don't eat burgers. No, they don't eat that either. Plants get their food from the sun and the soil. But what is in soil? Well, almost all plants need soil to grow. So soil must have important stuff in it. Let's take a look. I see lots of stuff. Some are living and some are non-living. Right, that worm is definitely living. But there are also non-living things, like rocks. I know rocks are made of minerals, so plants must need minerals to grow. Oh, I see bits of dead grass and leaves too. Those used to be living, but now they're not. And look, there's a dead bug. Grandpop says when things die, they decompose. They break down and turn into humus, which is thick and black. Moby, what are you digging for? Hey, check out all those layers. What are the different layers of soil? Topsoil's on the surface, and it's really dark, so there must be a lot of humus. I bet it's really good for growing plants. Below the topsoil is the subsoil layer. It's lighter, so there must be less humus. And this is bedrock. It's really hard. I know there are different layers of soil, but there are definitely different kinds of soil too. So, what are some different kinds of soils? Wow, there are plants everywhere. The soil in the forest is thick and black and has a lot of humus. It's pretty damp too, so the soil must hold a lot of water. Near the lake, the soil has a lot of sand in it. It's lighter than the forest soil, so it must have less humus in it. And it's pretty dry, so I guess sandy soil doesn't hold much water. On this farm, the soil looks really different. It's red. It's pretty thick. And it feels really squishy. I bet the color comes from the minerals in the rocks. Nice, Moby. I guess soil is pretty useful. Why is soil important? There's nothing to be scared of, Moby. That rabbit eats plants, not robots. I know plants need soil to grow, and animals need plants to grow. So I guess that means animals need soil. Right. And since we eat plants, we need soil too. I guess almost all living things need soil. And robots need...
Welcome, scientists. Today will be our first day talking about soil. So before we get started, here are some important words you might need to know. The first word, of course, is soil. Soil is another name for the top layer of dirt. Sometimes people will use soil and dirt, and they'll kind of switch them around between the two. They're very similar words. Soil is the layer of dirt where plants grow. So you can see the plants growing here from our Brain Pop video. Soil is made of a few different things. There are living things in soil, like the plants that grow there, the bugs that crawl in there, and even the dead bugs that die in there. And there are non-living things, like rocks and minerals. The third thing that is in soil is humus. And humus is the dark material, the dark stuff that's in soil, that's actually made from plant parts like roots or sticks or twigs or leaves that break off of the plants, and animals that die. And when plants and animals die, they kind of decompose, they break down and go back into the soil. Now you might be thinking, ew, that's gross. But actually, it's really important for soil because those plant parts and animal parts that decompose and break down into the soil put nutrients back into soil that help new plants to grow. So without those plant parts and animal parts breaking down and decomposing into the soil, no new plants could grow. So it's all part of the life cycle of soil. We're going to be talking a little bit more about what you can find in soil. On the next page, you're actually going to be looking at some soil up close. All right, friends, it's time to get up close and check out some soil. On the next slide, what I want you to do is take that pointer tool and pick from one of our 4 soil samples over here. Once you click on it, you're going to drag it. Yep, first grade's favorite thing to do. Zoom, zoom, zoom in on that picture. And I want you to take a look in that soil. We are going to be looking for some things, kind of like a little scavenger hunt through this soil. I want you to see if you can find these 5 things in these soil samples. Bug, stick, rock, root, plant. And remember, to do that, you're going to take the finger tool, click on one of those soil samples, and drag it. You guys know how to do this. Drag it, make it super big, and see what kinds of things you can find in this soil. All right, let's get started.